when it's about our students, they challenge it. That is not right. That is not fair.
You won't believe it. Controversial union boss Randy Weingarten, who helped keep schools closed during the pandemic. Remember that? Well, she's going to soon sit on the Biden administration's Homeland Security Academic Safety Council, and parents are up in arms, and rightly so. This is coming as she finally admits that, of course, there was learning loss as a result of COVID-19 school lockdowns. With his reaction is Terry Schilling, Fairfax County, Virginia, dad of 6, who pulled his kids from the public school system. Terry, it's great to have you on, and I got to just jump in. Why is Weingarten getting another role overseeing education policy when she has failed at every attempt to help our children?
Well, listen, Randy Weingarten is the perfect choice if you want to continue to destroy the American education system, right? This is not just someone that has helped keep our kids out of schools during really trying times, but she's actually overseen one of the greatest declines in academic achievement in American history. 32%, Jackie, of our fourth graders can read at grade level. This woman is an absolute failure, and the only reason that I can come up with for why you would put her in a position like this is if you want to continue to hurt and destroy the American education system.
Well, you hit the nail on the head right there. Indoctrination, keeping kids dumb as we move forward is one way for the Democrats to continue on with their agenda. I mean, the proof is in the pudding and in the numbers, Terry. 13-year-olds received record low math test scores in the nation's report card. The average scores from tests given last fall declined 9 points in math compared with tests given in the 2019-2020 school year. There was incredible learning loss. We were already behind, and then there was incredible learning loss during the pandemic. I mean, the farther behind you get, the harder it is to catch up. And yet you've got the administration saying, no, 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 this is the woman who's going to turn things around. I mean, it almost seems like they're doing it on purpose.
No, that's exactly right. But here's something, Jackie, that's even more depressing to think about. Look at the state of mental health of our children. Children have never been more depressed. They've never had more anxiety. They've never been more suicidal. And that is because of the education system that we have in this country. Parents are locked out of their kids' education. They're locked out of their kids' healthcare decision. The state continues to encroach on them. And Randy Weingarten is now on another government committee that's going to be pushing parents further away from their children. It's so depressing to think about, but there's always hope. We can fight back and get a new president that can really change this committee and put American education back on the right track.
We could. Somebody like Glenn Youngkin, governor of Virginia, has said he wants to prioritize education. He's really fought hard because parents there were outraged about what they were seeing in the school system. But let's talk about reading scores for a second, because they've plummeted as well. And so when you take in math, reading, the mental health issues that you're talking about with our kids as well, you think about China. China's trying to eat America's lunch and being more successful than it's been in recent history in doing so. It's not letting its kids fall behind in this way. I mean, when you think about how this plays out in 10, 20, 30, 40 years, it's going to have a significant impact on this country.
No, that's exactly right. Listen, education determines the future of your country. Your children, if they don't know how to read, if they don't know how to write, if they don't know how to do basic math, they're not going to be great. There was a survey a few years ago of American kids compared to Chinese kids, and the Chinese kids wanted to be astronauts and scientists and doctors. The American kids wanted to be TikTok famous, social media famous, right? This is not a future worth having. We need to get back to basics. Education, Jackie, is very simple. We think about this. In the 1960s, our education system produced people that could get men to the moon. Without calculators, without real serious computers like we have today. Our kids today are dumber than ever, and they're more illiterate than ever, but we can turn things around very quickly. We need to engage parents, get them more active and involved in their kids' education, and get these failing teachers and representatives out of the way, because they are going to destroy this country.
Yeah, and it's so funny that you bring up TikTok, because our kids are watching TikTok, trying to be influencers, some of them doing stupid things they see on TikTok and putting themselves in danger as well. Whereas when you see the images of what the Chinese kids see on their TikTok app, it's completely different. It's math and science and, you know, all the things that they should be thinking about. The New York Post editorial board says this, quote, should be a national wake-up call and to kick all the non-education nonsense to the curb. It seems to make a lot of sense. You wonder how this is going to play in the 2024 election, Terry.
It has to be central, right? If Republicans want to win, if they want to take back the White House, they do. Glenn Youngkin was the perfect name to bring up because he's the Republican, besides Ron DeSantis, that had the most electoral success, and he focused his campaign on fixing the education system and empowering parents. So if you guys want to win this 2024 campaign, if you want to stand out amongst the crowd, you have to make education and empowering parents central to your campaign.
Terry Schilling.